where they're not creating these huge populations of cards because they're not expecting to sell them.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of SlabStoxFC. My name is Aaron, your host, and today I am joined by Nikita Cards. Nikita, thanks so much for joining me. He has prepared for us talk about vintage soccer cards, some different players, some different rookie cards of those players, and different ways you can get into the vintage soccer market at a lower level. Because as we know, the vintage soccer market is really taken off with the modern soccer market. And I don't have much knowledge on the vintage stuff, so I've got Nikita here to share some things with you guys. So Nikita, thanks for joining us. And first, before jumping into the vintage soccer talk, how do you get involved in soccer cards in the first place?
Well, what happened was in about December during winter, I was watching the Heat play and I saw Bam Adebayo. And for the first time in years, I wanted to kind of invest in a player. So I started investing in Bam. And then at around March, that was when things kind of really started kicking off with all of those cards and with Corona happening. So I wanted to make some bigger investments, and I saw that in basketball, Zion PSA 10 at that time was like 600, 700, and the LeBron Chrome was maybe 4,000. So I immediately noticed that something was wrong there.
Yeah.
And being a college student, I couldn't afford that LeBron as much as I wanted to be able to invest in him. So I took that information and I went to soccer. And I saw, okay, well, vintage is about to blow up because all these rookies are almost half the price of the most established players in the game. So I went over to soccer and I just started buying up the players that I loved growing up. You know, Ronaldo,
Awesome.
Messi. Oh.
Yeah. Any other players?
I made a little list of I think the best players to kind of invest in, the guys like LeBron, like Jordan, but in the soccer world. So I've got Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Mbappe, of course, De Bruyne, and Zlatan. And those are also some of the cards that kind of blew up in the modern market with the Prism and those cards.
Sweet. Let's jump into it. What's on your list here
Yeah.
for us to discuss today?
All right, so I just want to start off with Messi, of course. So Gary Vee a while ago posted this picture of the UK Traditions Messi card, and unfortunately that card is from 2005, but PSA mislabeled it as 2004. So if you find the Messi UK Traditions card, that is not a real Messi rookie. And those are going for 1.6K, and it's a shame that someone like Gary Vee would kind of put that out there, you know.
Yeah.
So next up, we got the 2004 Mega Crack 71. That's the one that just sold for 116 grand.
Yeah, crazy.
Which is just absolutely insane. When I first got into it, that was the one card that was up there, even in March, April for Messi. That was at about like 10 to 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a clear sign to me. Okay, everything else is like 50, $100, and then this card's 10,000. So obviously there's ways to get into this. And there's only 20 PSA 10s of those. So, you know, you look at the best player in the game and he has only 20 PSA 10s of his number one rookie. It's just, you know, the price is deserved.
Yeah, that's crazy because there's almost 1,500 to 2,000 LeBron 2003 Topps Chrome Rookie PSA 10. So that's insanely low pops. 116K makes sense. And it's crazy because that's one of the most valuable base rookie cards of any base rookie ever, really.
Yeah. And I'm glad it's finally getting what it deserves, you know?
Yeah.
But Messi's also got about 6 other rookie cards, even though that one is the kind of the top of the line. He has 3 other cards that were released, which is the 35, the 62, and the 89 Barcelona Mega Crack cards. And those were kind of like the cards that were released by the team. So it's like if the Cavs or the Bulls, which I think they may have released a rookie card for Jordan when he was playing for the Bulls. So it wasn't a league release, but it was just a team release. So those are much more affordable. The 10s for those go between 5 to 10,000, depending on which one. The 35 being the more valuable one, and with much less pops, and the and the 89 being the least expensive for around 4K. So the 35 has only 55 tens, the 62 has 73 tens, and then the 89 has 170 tens.
Yeah.
And even though in the soccer vintage market that sounds like a lot, compared to basketball or any other cards made in 2004, I mean that's just, 1 to 100.
Yeah, it's tiny. And think about all the ones that get damaged over time too for those cards. There's no way those
Yep,
were as taken care of as the ones over in America. That's for sure.
exactly. Yeah,
What were those what were they trading at back in March when you got into it, some of those other offshoot Messi rookies?
200, 300 for a PSA 10.
Really?
Yeah,
Really? Wow. So look
yeah,
at that. I mean, it's for all those people out there that go and clamor over the the huge high dollar ones. You can find those more affordable options that gain super good ROI percent just because the commoner can get into. And that's who most of us are in the space. There are
yeah,
people out there you see who have tons of money buying and selling, but really it's the people like us that can find those different avenues and can be driven by those higher dollar ones, and you can still do super well too.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to get this stuff out there because a lot of time, people are only looking at this stuff that's being pushed in the U.S., which is more of the Prism stuff, or maybe those cards that sell for 116 grand and get that news attention. But they've got other rookies, and those are just as good of an investment piece, especially if you don't have that money
Yeah.
to go for those huge cards. Um, and then Messi's got two sticker rookies. Those aren't as desired, but they do have pretty low pops. Um, but for an affordable way to get in, I would look at the 89, the 2004 89, which is a white card.
Yeah.
It has Messi running on it. It's called the Autografo. That's the cheapest of his three rookies, and you can get an ungraded one in pretty good condition for two, three, $400.
Nice.
Yeah, and then
Have
I
you
would,
have you had personal experience with grading some of those?
yeah, I have, and unfortunately, it's been very tough. Especially, I think PSA has kind of cracked down a little bit.
Yeah.
When I got the cards, I thought they were pristine, and I sent them over, and I just got them back recently, so they were graded during that period when they were putting in all these new employees.
Yeah.
Um, and I got kind of punished for that, I think.
Yeah, dang.
Um,
Well, I mean, on the flip side though, you still should be up quite a bit of dollars on that
yeah,
investment,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
good.
No, no.
Which is good.
Yeah, I'm not complaining at all, and I love the players, so it's not a problem for me to keep these until they get even higher up there and get what they truly deserve.
Yeah. Love it.
Um, and then last point on Messi, if a cheap way to get in on Messi is his 2006 rookie sticker, World Cup rookie sticker, and his 2006 World Cup card. Those you can get for his stickers under $100, and that's his first ever World Cup. So, you know, that's just one way to get in there for under $100.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love some of those 2006 cards of Messi. That 2006 set with the World Cup is awesome. Really awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful card. Um, okay, should I get into Ronaldo?
Yeah, let's go Ronaldo next.
Great. So just like that PSA 10 that sold for 116K, Ronaldo's PSA 10 2002 Mega Crack just went up in that same auction and sold for 40 grand, which is amazing. And these cards just don't come up for auction.
Yeah, was it
Um,
2002 or 2003?
I think I believe that it's a 2002. I think it's mismarked
Yeah,
because his 2002 year was his rookie year, but the
gotcha.
PSA 10 says 2003, but
Yep.
BGS marks it as a 2002.
Interesting. That's good. That's a good tidbit to know for investors out there.
Yeah, if you're searching for the card on eBay, sometimes you got to do 2002 or 2003 to find it.
Hmm.
Um, so that was exciting for everyone in the soccer market to watch just because they just don't come up. So seeing that sell for 40K was amazing. And then he has one other rookie. Unlike Messi, he's only got two rookie releases, and the second being his sticker. And a 9.5 recently sold for under 20,000. That's an unconfirmed sale, but in general, those are selling for above 10 grand for 9.5s and 10s.
Yeah, that card is always interesting because when I first started, I knew of the mega cracks for a long time because back when I got into it last August, actually, I was looking, should I put all my money into a 9.5 mega cracks Messi, or should I go and buy a bunch of lower level Mbappe and Sancho and Felix, which is what I did. I could have bought a Messi mega cracks 71.95 for 2,500, I think it was.
Wow.
And I didn't do it, but I still made
Yeah.
out super well on all the Prism Mbappe I bought. So I'm not complaining at all. But some of those other stickers I had no idea about, and then Ronaldo stickers a huge card. Really
Mhm.
cool to hear about that one too.
Yeah, and that speaks on something I've heard you say. If you can't get in at that level, it's good to keep that money moving in some way if you want to get in and not just give up if you don't want a
Yep.
specific card. There's other ways to get in there. Yeah, obviously the sticker is always going to have a little bit less desirability, but they're much more rare. And if you look at the total, there's 37 tens for his card, and there's 21 tens for his sticker.
Mm-hmm.
So for considerably the second greatest soccer player, that's insane. Imagine if LeBron only had 50 tens for his rookie
Yeah.
year.
Dude, I can't even imagine how much that'd be worth. Cannot even imagine.
Yeah.
That's
So,
wild. Really quick, I want your thoughts on that Ronaldo versus Messi, the Mega Cracks sale, the PSA 10s, 40K versus 116. Is it deserving that Messi went for that much higher, or to the person that got the Ronaldo was a total steal?
well, based on the pops, it's double the pops on the PSA 10 for Ronaldo,
Hmm.
but Messi's got those six other rookies.
Yeah.
When Ronaldo only has two and he's only got one card.
Yep.
So it's tough. I think that all the attention was kind of on that Messi, and I don't think we'll see the Ronaldo go for that low again.
Yeah, I wonder if it would have been a spread out sale like the Messi and one day, the Ronaldo and the other day, if it would
Mhm.
have been different. Because people see that Messi go for 116K, I'm sure people would have bid up Ronaldo to 65, 80.
Yeah, especially if like you said, if the Ronaldo finished the day after, that would have been
Yeah,
the way to do it.
yeah, for sure.
And just a quick thing about stickers in general, a lot of people I've heard talk down on it, maybe especially in the US, just because we're so used to cards here. But in Europe, stickers has been the way for the past 50, 100 years. This is
Hmm.
the way that they treat collecting is through stickers. So maybe you can say, oh, it's not that popular here, but the majority of the market in terms of soccer love is in Europe. So getting that sticker is not going to be a bad decision at all.
Yeah, definitely tons of upside for sure with
Yeah.
that. I mean, it's interesting because I always get asked, oh, are you into stickers, are you into cards? I think that both have great potential for different reasons. And, why not hedge your bets with both and not just go all in on one? I had a couple
Exactly.
stickers throughout my time. I had an Erling Haaland sticker. I had an Mbappe sticker I ended up selling, but definitely I was more into cards, which just makes sense because I'm a huge basketball card fanatic. So it
Yeah,
makes sense I would gravitate to the Prism of the Topps Chrome. But yeah, really, really good. I think I love bringing people on who want to spread the knowledge of those other European releases because people need to hear about that too, which is really important.
absolutely. And cards are often they're just more beautiful. They're shiny, and if you get a numbered one, it's awesome.
Hmm.
And that's what my recommendation would be if you're going in on modern soccer is to get one of those numbered cards because you,
Yeah.
you can never really do wrong with something that's numbered.
Yep.
Uh,
I agree.
but when you go for the base cards and you see that, well, at one point the Messi Prism base card PSA 10 for 2014 Prism was going for 4 grand.
Yeah, I
With
know.
that 4 grand, you could have bought a PSA 10 of his actual rookie,
Yeah.
and now his Prism is at a grand,
Hmm.
but his real rookies are continuing to go up. So
Yeah.
maybe that shift is already happening with people realizing what the true rookies are.
Yeah.
Uh, but then the numbered modern cards are still kind of up there because they're
Hmm.
numbered.
Yeah, it really just has to do with, how much supply is out there and is it meeting the demand. The soccer demand came in huge, and once all that demand gets met, who else is there to buy? Which is why it's a 1 to 2 year thing. I'm thinking for, myself, and when I'm preaching to others is that if you're getting into soccer, you're really 2 years on this, 2 to 6 even with the World Cup in 2026. There's so much
Yeah,
opportunity out there to come still.
yeah, and the Euros this year.
Yep.
Mbappe is going to play on an international level again, and people are going to be watching that.
for sure.
Last point on Ronaldo. A cheaper way to get on Ronaldo, he has his 2003 and 2004 United rookie cards. So those were his first years with Manchester United, who has a huge following of fans. His 2003 number 15, though, just went for 15 grand in a PSA 10, which was completely unexpected. So you can look at his 2004 Upper Deck cards, and these are cards and these are Upper Deck, so that might connect more with people who want to stay away from stickers. Check
Yeah,
out his 2004 Upper Deck cards, which are still quite affordable.
that's awesome. Good deal. All right,
Yeah.
who's next?
Up next is Mbappe, and this time Gary Vee got it right with the 2016 PSA 10s that he was showing off, and he managed to boost the price of these by 2x. And again, if you compare the price of these, which were going for around 4 grand for a PSA 10 when Gary Vee was talking about it, to the Prism, which at one point went to 3 grand. The Prism now is back down to 1 grand, and the 2016 is still up there at 8 grand for a PSA 10. And that's because you're looking at the pops. There's only 119 to 2016 Mbappe rookie PSA 10s.
The
So
Prism
compare
pops
that.
up with 2,000. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
That's
you compare
crazy.
that to Prism. And the 2018 is not a bad buy at all because, like I was saying with Messi, that was his World Cup rookie year. So in the long run, that's not a bad buy at all. And I think people shouldn't be dumping that stuff if they had bought it at those higher prices.
I
Um,
agree. I think that so much demand's going to come into that World Cup set once the next World Cup rolls around and they figure out that's Mbappe's first card for Prism and the World Cup set. And I think it's a great one for sure.
Absolutely. Especially if you can get your hands on a numbered one.
Yeah.
Um, and then if you're looking at a cheaper way to get in, if you don't want to go for his 2016, there's a 2018 World Cup sticker. Those came out around the same time as the Prism. It's his World Cup rookie. You can get those for 20, 10 bucks. They have a slightly higher production population, but a very low graded population.
Hmm.
Um, and then if you want something that's a little older and has him in his original team, which is Monaco, you can go for the 2017 Topps Champion League sticker, which has him in that first uniform before he went to PSG. And you
Awesome.
can get that for 100, 200 bucks.
Good looks on that. Nice. I didn't even really know that that was a card, but that's just
Yeah,
me not knowing everything, obviously, in the soccer market. That's why you're here.
happy to help.
Awesome.
Um,
So
yeah.
one more player. Who do you got after Mbappe? And then we'll wrap this up.
Okay. Up next, I've got Zlatan. This is extremely, extremely low population on his true rookie, which was in the year 2000. Having come, a lot of these players, they come from these little leagues like Ronaldo from Portugal, where they're not creating these huge populations of cards because they're not expecting to sell them.
Hmm.
They're just making a couple runs of these stickers, a couple cases of these stickers, because the population of people buying them is kind of small. So to get these stickers for these players in high condition is such a good buy
Yeah.
because there's just no reason for them to be in good condition. There was no
Right.
reason for anyone to keep them protected. So when you find that protected gem sticker that's 20 years old, it's a good buy. And for Zlatan, he only has 19 graded rookies.
Dang.
And this guy, played in the MLS. He has millions and millions of followers. He's considered the third best player after Messi and Ronaldo by some, including myself. So if only 19 graded rookies, it's ridiculous.
That's
Um,
crazy. How much do
yeah.
those run?
Well, if at the last auction with the Ronaldo and the Messi, a PSA 8 sold for 3.8, and a PSA
Dang.
9 is the highest those go. Um, so, there's no reason for that card not to keep going up.
Right.
And then my recommendation, if you want to get in on Zlatan, is to go for his 2002 World Cup rookie sticker. Again, like with the other players, a good buy-in is in their first tournament. their first international jersey sticker or card. And for Zlatan, you have his 2002 World Cup rookie. You can get that sticker for $50, $100. And he has no 2001. So with only 19 graded 2000 cards, go for
Yeah,
that
that
2002 for $50, $100. If you get a good grade on it, people are going to start coming to that card when literally in the past 4 months, only one of his true rookies has been posted.
yeah, for sure. I mean, how 19 graded, but how many are going to even be for sale? I mean, that's really going to
Yeah,
be the only option from pre, 2016 or pre 2004 or whatever.
exactly. And
That's awesome.
he's my favorite player. So when his PSA 9 went up a couple months ago, I said, I have to get this card because if I
Hmm.
don't get it right now, it'll never come back up.
Yeah. Did you get it?
I got it. Yeah.
Let's go. Awesome.
Yeah. That's
Congrats on
kind of
that,
my
man.
holy grail.
That's awesome. That's super awesome to hear. I love hearing collector stories of getting their favorite player's favorite card and stuff. That's great.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
did you have something on De Bruyne for us, or
Oh, yeah.
let's do it? Let's
And
do it.
let
This
me
is good.
And first, let me just say, another reason these stickers should be respected is that they're made by Panini,
Yeah.
um, which make the Prism. So, a lot of people think they're made by like some third party or by some weird company that's just pumping out these stickers with whatever they want. But these are made by Panini. They have information on them on Panini. Um, so these
I
are
mean,
very legitimate cards and
that's how
stickers to be
Panini
picking out.
started. Panini started in
Yeah.
Italy, and then they came into America and started to make American cards. But with football, back in football and basketball back in like 2009. I mean, it took them a while to get over here from doing after doing all that stuff. So that really is the start of Panini. If you like to talk about first run sets where everyone's like, oh, 2012 Prism, think
Mhm.
about Panini International, which was around for so much longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because their transition was from Europe and soccer into basketball and American sports. And now the collectors are kind of moving from American sports into these European sports.
Yeah, really funny. That's really awesome. Good tidbit there.
Um, so with De Bruyne, his 2016 Euro kind of blew up at the same time as the Prisms did. That's his first kind of solid Prism card,
Mhm.
which was released in 2016. It was going for 200 in August. Now it's going for about 70. But you can get his 2010 rookie, which is, just like with all these other guys, this is 6 years earlier. Um, so, LeBron Prism 2012, sure, it goes for a decent chunk, but it doesn't compare to his PSA 10 rookie year.
Right.
Um, and it shouldn't, just the same like for these guys. Um, and so you can get his 2010 for about $200, and there's only four PSA 9s of that card.
Dang.
So
Awesome.
it, yeah. So what I would say is he has a 2011 uh, second year in that same uniform as his rookie year. You can get that for $20, and there's only two of those graded. So you can
That's
find these
wild.
little deals, these random years of these players um, that are 6, 7, 10 years before their first Prism card, and
Yeah.
you can drop $100 and pick up a couple and maybe get a pop one or the highest graded. There's just so much opportunity when it comes to these stickers.
Have you been doing that? Have you been grading your early year cards, knowing that the pop's super low on them?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah,
Great strategy.
a lot of World Cup stickers, and they're tough grades. These stickers are tough, tough grades. They're just so sensitive. So when you get that gem or you get that, even an 8 or a 9 will bring you a good chunk above the raw price because they're just so sensitive.
Yeah, that's great. Wow, it's really nice to hear all this talk about these non American made cards because I don't have that much info on them, but I'm glad that you did. So thank you for bringing that to the table.
Absolutely. Thank
What
you so
what's
much
your
for letting me
to
come on.
to yeah, to end this, I want to just hear really quick. What's your next thing you're hunting? What's the next big card you want to get? And I'm sure if you don't want to share, that's fine. But what player?
Um, right now, I really want one of those 71 Messis, as tough as they are to get now.
Yeah.
I want to say that I have his premier card. And I
Hmm.
think the same goes for me right now with LeBron. I have his sticker 2003 Bazooka stickers in 9.5, but I don't have his chrome.
Yeah.
And that's just a card I want to have forever. And then last but not least is I'm just looking at more vintage soccer like Pele.
Yeah.
If you're talking about populations with these, you're going even lower with a guy like Pele from 1958. So yeah, I'm excited to chase after those, but the time's running short on the prices on these.
Yeah, for real, right? It's such a small window when you talk about new demand coming in. It feels like in the past you used to have a year, 2 years to jump into it. Now you've got
Mhm.
like a month or two. So
Yeah, and
good luck with that. I
thank you.
wish you the best of luck on your soccer card journey and basketball card journey too. It's
You
awesome to
too,
hear
man.
Bam Adebayo got you involved. I hope that they pull out some more finals games if you're cheering for Bam.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Thank you, everyone, for watching this episode of SlabStoxFC. I was joined by Nikita Cards. Go give him a follow on Instagram. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.